Duggars and Diggers, welcome back. We have some more news for you guys about Monster Hunter's Double Cross coming over to the Nintendo Switch. Now, as of yesterday, as I speak anyway, Capcom, during their Monster Hunter Championship series, where they do the speed battles and whatnot, they unveiled more of the information that I actually referred to you guys we would actually come with. And also, on top of that, they gave us a trailer. So, yo, I would like to say this first and foremost. I was right. That is correct. I was correct about this. I was right the whole time. I already knew this would happen. Everything I saw in the trailer, I already knew what was going to happen. I legitimately knew without a shadow of a doubt that all this was going to happen. However, I get ahead of myself and I'm on a pedestal right now. Let's bring it back down a notch. Let's talk about what we actually are going to get with the game. Okay, so when you go and get the game, right, you can expect certain things, obviously, due in part that the 3DS game is 3DS when they bring it to the Switch is going to have the nice HD graphics. Now, before I go further into it, I will say that the HD graphics themselves, if you remember what 3 Ultimate looked like, 3 Ultimate looked pretty good on the 3DS, but then when it got on the Wii U, that's where it technically shined. Only due in part because they took the textures that they already had and then high-res them a bit. Now, I'm not sure if there's going to be any real new different textures. Well, I'm not gonna lie, there's a couple of new textures in there, just a couple, like some grass textures, a couple of rock textures and everything, but nothing that looks overly spiffy, just enough to where it makes the game look a bit more crisp. That's pretty much what we're getting in terms of graphics. We are going to actually be able to play the game in 1080p in dock mode and 720p in handheld mode, of course. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the control scheme. A lot of people are like, yo, Dak, so if the 3DS, if Monster Hunter Double Cross is a 3DS game, how are some of those touchscreen features going to transfer over to the Nintendo Switch? I don't know. But just know that they are working on it. If anything, I would like to think it'll be a little bit more reminiscent to that of 3U. Well, 3U, and if you guys play Monster Hunter on a new 3DS, there's actually button shortcuts for your Hunter arts in case you don't want to use the touchscreen. So maybe they're gonna revamp it a little bit that way or whatever. Because remember, the game also has to transition from TV mode to dock mode. So just remember that they're working on that, which I'm sure they're gonna figure that out. Also, another thing I would like to actually mention is that the huge deal with Monster Hunter Double Cross being on the Nintendo Switch is not just the HD graphics, even though the HD graphics are amazing. I mean, like, the one thing I really liked about Monster Hunter is the fact that it is a lush environmental type game where you go to all these beautiful vistas and areas and get to see the monsters and everything act their own accordance in nature and whatnot. But the biggest thing, honestly, is how are you going to play with your friends? Now, a lot of people are wondering, yo, can I still bring my data over from Cross over to Double Cross with the 3DS? Yes, you can still do that. However, certain things like event gear will not be able to be transferred over due in part to licenses and whatnot, etc, 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 etc. Also, it goes vice versa. Now, another thing is that if you have multiple Nintendo Switches around you, you can do local multiplayer, which, you know, the Switch has been able to do that with every other game. But the big draw is that you can actually play online with people with the Switch and the 3DS. Not like how in 3U, where in order to do that, you would actually have a Wii U first and then a couple other weird ways to actually just do it's so weird. If you have a Wii U and you have Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on your 3DS, why don't you have it on the whatever? It was weird, but that's not the case. You can boot up your 3U, you can boot up your 3DS, and you can actually play with people on the Switch. So if you guys are like, yo, Dak, I don't have a Switch, what am I gonna do? You're alright, bro. You're good. You're solid. Don't even worry about it. If you got your 3DS, you can still play with your boy. However, I am not. I repeat once more, I am not playing it on the 3DS. Cold turkey, not gonna happen. I don't care what the 3DS has going for it. I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm gonna be playing exclusively on the Switch, and that fact was actually going to come even if they did not actually allow for cross play. If it was just Switch only, Switch people play with the Switch people, 3DS people have played with 3DS people, I was gonna be with the Switch camp, real talk. But that's not the case. You guys actually get to play with everyone, so that's really cool. So in terms of information, the last bit information actually is the release date. I know, right? August 25th. Now, this is another thing that, man, when I saw the release date, I laughed as hard as I possibly could because because I was right. You know, I was right. Okay, I was right because that is another release date that I practically already knew. Because Monster Hunter, if anything, they follow a very normally relatively strict release date scheduling. Okay, they normally do spring releases, late summer releases, and late fall releases. well, fall releases. That is it. There's nothing in between. Now, I will say us getting Generations in, what was it, June? That was that was a new one. But August, September, February, and March, remember those months, okay? Remember those months. Those are the high traffic Monster Hunter months. Now, for the past 2 games, we did get one in October and November, but one of those that came out in, I believe, October was Stories, and Stories don't count. But they did get Double Cross, I believe, in, was it Double Cross? No, they got Cross in November, but odds are, remember those months, okay? Anyway, but, yeah, oh, lastly, keep forgetting, I'm sorry, this video was very bad, when I'll admit the information was good before, but if you guys are looking to get if you want to import, because you can, because the Nintendo Switch is region free, you can buy this game in the Nintendo eShop, even though it's in Japanese rather, and play it, okay? That's what I'm gonna do. But if you are gonna go a step further, they're actually gonna have a bundle with the game, and that bundle is actually gonna include, you know, a decked out dock and a decked out Switch itself, because normally when you get a bundle, it'll just be the game comes with the thing and that's it, but they're actually gonna hook it up. It's gonna, like, because you know Monster Hunter, they always, when they do bundles, they always have the console inspired by the game, so they're gonna have a Nintendo Switch designed and artfully inspired by Monster Hunter. So yo, if you're about that life, be about that life. However though, guys, if you want to take anything away from this video, just remember that if you're on the Nintendo 3DS, you can play with Nintendo Switch players. You are not going to be left out in the dust. The game does drop in in August 25th, and it's on the Switch. Yeah, I mean, like, they did it. I give it to Capcom. They pretty much did. It looks like a direct port, kind of, with maybe a couple of little nice things, bells and whistles added here and there. But honestly, I mean, they did everything I could ask them to actually do. They didn't leave anything out. And they actually, yeah, that's it. They didn't leave anything out. All the things that they were supposed to actually get, we got. So hey, shout out to Capcom for actually following through with that. But whatever, guys, it's been your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like to see more of this information as it trickles down through the ways up until E3 and then its release, stay tuned to your boy, because when it comes out August 25th, I'm on it. All right, I am on it. I'm ready, because my Japanese 3DS capture card doesn't work anymore for whatever reason. I have to get it repaired. Now I'm thinking I'm not getting it repaired at all and just getting the game on the Switch. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It's been your boy. Take care.